PotStocks.com with the first of our weekly PotStocks webcast series. Happy 2015, and thanks for joining us. You might notice the new website. It's a whole lot swankier, and we're able to do a whole lot more with it, including some premium content we'll be rolling out with soon. Thanks to our customers who have helped make that possible by regularly visiting and purchasing our guides, which are always on sale through our store, also available through the Google Play Store and through our Facebook page. The PotStocks webcast will be posted every Saturday night at 10 p.m. It will be an ongoing series to discuss cannabis news, legalization, and conduct interviews with leaders in the cannabis world. Our goal here is to get you the best information that we can so you can figure out what companies are worthy of your hard-earned money. All that being said, let's jump into some news. January 2nd was a great day for PotStocks. It looks like it was a full sector reversal. About fully 40 stocks on our watch list were green today, with some huge gains for EAPH, about 70%, NRTI, 52%, WDHR, 44%, and among a lot of others. That's great news after a long season of pretty dismal performance in the sector. And this really follows historical trends from the last few years. We wrote about this back in August. Many are skeptical that this season will be as good as the last, but I've got confidence. I think there's a lot of good potential catalysts. So we'll see how it plays out. Regardless, remember that trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Once you know how to trade on technicals, you can get 20-30% gains regularly. So lock in those profits when you can. January 2nd, Easton Pharmaceuticals, that's EAPH, announced an agreement with Medicated Markets, a Southern California medical marijuana grower. The company reports that this will round out their growing and distribution network. EAPH is headquartered in Toronto, Canada, but it looks like this acquisition will give them a foot in the door for the American market. December 31st, ERBB American Green published a 2014 year in review in conjunction with several media releases and promotion from MarijuanaStocks.com and The Wolf, which should be good timing with the sector reversal. Also on December 31st, FITX, Sen Biotech, announced it will spin off its cannabis and hemp projects into a private subsidiary, which has understandably caused a lot of panic among shareholders and social media. The stock has already lost about 80% of its value over the last 3 months. If you're a FITX long, or really in any underperforming stock, you have my condolences. Please subscribe and check out our guides and save yourself some future pain. If you follow us on Twitter or Facebook, you'll notice there's some companies that we just really don't mention, never talk about, and there's a reason for it. We provided links to those articles below the video, as well as a sector snapshot for January 2nd. Alright, so let's move on to some charts. Because we ended the week on such a bullish wave, there's a lot of good-looking charts. There were 5 that looked great the day before, and I think we'll continue to have strong movement into next week. ERBB looked like it was hitting a bullish reversal pattern on January 1st. The timing of their 18 new Zaz machines, the media rollout, and the stock promotions looks like that'll be a good recipe for share price over at least the short term. GBLX, AMMJ, and BRDT, all 3 were great charts with higher highs and higher lows, all on strong volume, and I expect those will continue to have good gains for the next week. Qualitatively, MJNA tends to attract new money due to the ticker name, for better or worse. So that's a little bit more speculative, but give that one a go. If this is a full trend reversal, MJNA tends to take full advantage of those. Another speculative play, SIPC jumped about 60%, and it's a double zero. It announced back in October that they intend to acquire a stake in an Oregon dispensary, but they haven't really released any news since then. It had a huge jump, so look for a pullback before diving in, but with Oregon legalization and this wave, it might be a good speculative play. Remember, there's typically a morning dip, and only buy first thing in the morning if you're confident of a gap up. Let's see. So we had originally thought to discuss just next week's picks, but it's probably helpful to go over some of the stocks that didn't win, because there were several that lost value or just didn't move despite the wave. So we'll cover a few of those. So who lost and who didn't win and why? VAPO recently announced a merger with VPCO, 2 vapor companies. So VAPO is going away, and VPCO will survive. VAPO current shareholders, according to the press releases, will get 45% of new VPCO common stock. There's no date on this, just early 2015. However, VPCO is actually trading pretty well. So if you're looking to get in either of those companies, look at VPCO, as VAPO will be going away and getting a fair bit of reduced share value. UPOT, a Washington-based cannabis company, they currently subleased a medical marijuana grower at River Ridge Sunshine Farms, and he's awaiting approval of his Washington State Tier 3 license. So that company is kind of in a holding pattern right now in terms of growing. Tier 3 Washington licenses allow for between 10,000 square feet and 30,000 square feet of plant canopy, which is great, but until that's approved, I don't know if UPOT's going anywhere, so that just needs some news. Similarly, MYAC, I think, is in the same boat. There's just not much news there right now. However, MYAC is actually getting good volume every day. And looking at the chart, I think that's a likely candidate for a bounce next week. Keep that in mind. Similarly, there were just several stocks that just didn't move. OCEE being one of those, kind of typical of several businesses in the sector right now, in that they just really don't have much to chew on for their financials. And you can check out the report. We've linked it below the video. So to recap picks for next week: ERBB, BRDT, MJNA, GBLX, AMMJ, possible bounce for MYAC. There's probably many others out there. Let us know on Twitter or Facebook what your favorite picks are. And as we discussed in our 2015 Advanced Trading Guide, it's important to trade with the trend. So don't fight the current, you won't win. If you're long, you've been holding a cash position, it might be time to pick a horse and get in the race. Similarly, if you're short on any cannabis stocks right now, I'd be careful for the next several weeks. We'll know more next week, but the sheer volume that poured into the sector on Friday is a pretty good indicator that we're entering a bullish trend. So congrats to everybody who's been involved in some of the good calls we've shared recently, and thanks to our followers for keeping us updated on your favorites. So let's close out with some upcoming cannabis and business events. On January 23rd through 25th, HempCon 2015 will be in California at the San Jose Convention Center. February 7th and 8th in Southern California, the Cannabis Cup will be hosted in San Bernardino at the NOS Event Center. And then for traders with a TDAmeritrade account, TDAmeritrade will be hosting live web events all this month, January 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. This will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I can't recommend these highly enough. They'll really round out your technical trading abilities, and there's stuff there for newbies as well. So yeah, that's that. Special shout outs to mjcharts.com, Alan Brockstein's 420 Investor, and Hemptress. Check out her new website at hemptress.exposed. And to all of you in the Pot Stocks Nation, stay in the green.